So I'm going to talk about clothing sizes for a moment. So this skirt is a size 1, which I assure you I am not. And the reason that I can get into it is because my waist is quite small compared to my hips, and this flares out, and somehow I get into it. But these pants that I wore yesterday, the 8 to 10, size 8 to 10. So this is probably a European size, I'm guessing, the 8 to 10. Because also I'm not that. so there's I just wanted to
that.
Huh?
There's plenty of room here.
Oh, okay.
Right here.
Yeah, you can tuck it there.
I don't think
Okay.
Very
So I also want to talk about a few things. So I'm having, you can probably see through the glass there, there's some edamame and kale and spinach and all sorts of stuff in that miso soup. And sushi, same as yesterday. James is having something a little different. He's having a mango smoothie, but it's actually not made with the milk. But you can see the carbs on there, so if you're thinking, oh, I can have skim milk even though I want to be keto, well, good luck with that. I'm going to talk a little bit about something from CSI, I think season 8. And we're going to talk a bit about kinds of kindness. And I don't know why Emma Stone and Willem Dafoe decided to be in that. Maybe you have better things to say about that than I.
Is that a TV show or just a weird movie?
It's a movie,
okay.
But
yeah.
It
goes on.
It goes on forever, and so James was watching it last night, and then he decided, okay, well, I'm going to go home, and so I turned it off, and I thought, well, I turned it back when I turned the machine on. I thought, oh, well, he made it almost all the way to the end, because here it is. It's been an hour and 24 minutes, and I'm watching it, and I'm like, it doesn't seem like it's going near the end, you know? And so I'm looking on the back of this, looking for it, and I'm like, how long is this thing? And I think on here somewhere it says 164 minutes. So I can't remember where I saw that.
Well, that's a long time.
Yeah. That's a long time.
Not quite 3 hours, but it's well over 2.
I don't know where I found that earlier. Yeah. But honestly, from what I watched, I don't want to sit through.
It's kind of surrealistic, but it has the kind of surface veneer of real life. Like there's a lot of quiet moments, like where people aren't talking or whatever.
Okay, well, if you want to sit through it, I can put it back on.
I'm not recommending it to anyone.
Yep, there it is, 164 minutes.
Yeah, sort of surreal.
Wow.
I don't know what the whole point was. So.
I don't know either.
You know, like we can do slices of real life, and then but weird things, but kind of like a veneer of real life. You can do something like people sit in Greyhound stations, or they used to. I don't know where they sit nowadays. You can be sitting waiting for a plane. You know, you're not talking with someone or whatever. Maybe you are, but you know, I don't know.
So I don't know. I've heard before people say, when you're dieting, don't look at your weight. Look at your clothing sizes.
Really?
Okay. Well. Which one? This one or this one? I mean, I'm the same size, but I'm fitting into different sizes of clothing. And honestly, I think what you just go by is how you feel. Do you feel comfortable? And do you feel healthy? Are you able to do, like, I should show you. I fixed my watch with duct tape. Very, very fancy. But you can probably see the number of steps there. It's 37,511. And let's see if I can get to the calories burned. 2,274. Which I don't know if this is accurate either. But I suspect that this is more accurate than the machine that I use. the machine way overestimates how many calories I'm burning, because I wore this while I was working out on the machine this morning.
Little check there, eh?
Yeah.
You're saying
Very different.
It was almost twice as many calories?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because earlier I was like, I'm not eating that many calories, and I'm working out on this thing. Where is it going? You know, like how am I not losing all this weight or whatever? I don't know. Anyway, so as far as clothing goes, I should say that it is better actually if you're working out or walking, and because it's very hard on the back wearing stuff that is, I find that's tight across the hips. Can't do it. So this is pretty stretchy. I might be able to get away with it. Some of these stretchy sort of things that I have, I can walk in them and work out no problem in them. Especially if it's like a sort of like a t-shirt kind of material, it really stretches nicely and it's comfortable then. So like yoga pants are great. But
what is about the worst then?
Jeans. Jeans are the worst.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
They're horrible
heavy
for the knees.
They don't. Yeah. They don't give. So yeah, they're really hard. Corduroy. I don't know, but honestly, I could wear this skirt hiking because of the flare out. It actually is. It's not tight across my hips at all. So this one I could wear hiking or walking or whatever, and it'd be fine, even though it's corduroy. But corduroy pants, maybe not so much. That might be too much, too tight across the hips or whatever. But yeah, it's amazing how much easier it is to work out on that machine while I'm watching CSI compared to going out for a walk. Because going out for a walk, even on a fairly nice day like this, but this is a beautiful day.
This is awesome, actually.
From mid-February. Anyway, I'm still, like, I get to dress down wearing a skirt like this, sitting in the sun. It's quite nice. But out, you know, if I would have worn this out walking, I would have frozen. So you have to put a few more layers on, and the weight really makes a difference.
It's hard in your back.
Yep.
I know all about it.
Also tight across, I couldn't wear these kind of sports bra or tank tight. Couldn't wear them last year very well. It was very hard on me to wear things like that at all. But for very long periods of time, especially when I was out walking or whatever. It was too hard. So anything tight, I couldn't wear a bra for years, for over a decade, because it was just too tight around and it would end up throwing my back out. Everything, you know, it's just amazing when you have a bad back how you really have to adjust your wardrobe for stuff like that.
And almost everyone has a bad back.
Yeah.
They just don't realize it when they're young. But eventually catches up with them.
But, I mean, I never could have worked out on this machine last year. This year I can, and I'm doing quite a lot on it. And so I'm able to wear the sports bras too. It's just fine. I don't know. I'm just very thankful, very, very thankful that my back seems to be improving a lot. So I just wanted to keep doing that. Or, you know, if it can't improve more, then stay this way. That's great. This is so great. It's hard for me to think about how bad it's been in the past, you know. Like I have a setup for my bed where I got a chaise longue, because one thing about James noticed this, he's about me, like I'd fall asleep with my hands above my arms above my head like that, and that's how I'd sleep. And he said he'd remembered his grandmother saying that all of that, because his grandmother was a nurse, And he remembered his grandmother saying that all of the patients with heart troubles, they slept with their arms above their head like that. And the reason that I got this chaise longue is because I would sleep like that on a flat surface. Like if I fell asleep on the sofa, well, I woke up and my arms were up and they were completely dead asleep. They were dead. And I was like, how am I going to get my arm, like, get up without, like, will my arms fall backwards? Will they end up breaking, or what's going to happen? Because like, I was in a very bad position, right, for getting up. I couldn't, and so then I'd have to kind of roll over, and so my arms would flop, right, and then get up from there, and it was frustrating and a little bit scary. And so then I thought, okay, well, if I get a chaise longue to sleep on, so I asked for a chaise longue, and it was provided. Thank you, universe. And so I brought it in from, somebody was throwing it out in the alley, and then I cleaned it off on the deck and brought it in. And so then, since then, arms not above my head. I don't sleep that way. So that's good. So it's just, I guess the elevation has made it so, no, my arms don't go there anymore, which, that's fine. So, anyway, I don't know where I was going from there. But anyway, we're going to talk about CSI.
Well, just generalizing from what we've been saying.
Oh.
And what we've been saying in previous days, to a large extent, your chronic problems come from chronically living, eating, sleeping, dressing incorrectly. Don't wear stuff that's tight around your knees. Don't sleep with your on your back with your knees, with your legs stretched straight up. You'll ruin your knees that way. Don't sleep on your stomach. You'll ruin your knees.
My French grandma, she'd always say, never cross your legs like this. Because if you do, then you'll get, she'd say you'd get varicose veins or something.
It could be.
But maybe
when I'm getting an infusion, they won't let me cross my legs even at the ankles.
Really?
That's
maybe there's something
to
to
get
it.
Proper flow of the stuff that I'm taking in. So,
I always do. And maybe it's bad.
Don't wear for long, extended periods of time stuff that's tight around your hips. That's men as well as women. You want to put on a show or something like that. Go to a concert or whatever. Dressed to the nines. It's not going to hurt you. When if you're wearing pajamas or something like that, make sure they don't bind here. You should be sleeping on your side, one side, and then the other. Make sure the bedclothes don't come on here, like you're lying on this side. Don't let them come in there under here. They'll be too tight against your knee. Make sure you get a good balanced diet. You don't have to eat a bunch of different things, every different meal, but try to balance one meal off of another throughout the day. Try to get exercise every day.
Ginger, I think.
I was shocked when my brother, who led a very sedentary lifestyle, was telling me, he was maybe he had headaches every day. And I'm going, I'd noticed that if I was, maybe when I was younger, I might get a headache if I was inactive for 2 days in a row or something like that. But some people that got the bad headaches, the ones you inherit.
Yeah,
but
migraines and stuff.
Migraine, but
yeah.
Oftentimes you get headaches from not enough water, or not, like if you don't get enough physical activity, you're not going to get a natural, the body producing natural endorphins, painkillers. Every little thing is going to annoy you.
Really interesting that I hadn't been able to drink coffee for a long time. Give me a headache. And then I decided, well, I was trying to do this diet as guided to do. And thinking of one person in particular, and she used to drink a lot of coffee, and I thought, okay, well, I remember last time I was telling people about trying to encourage people to do this sort of diet that I'm doing now, but this time I'm doing it keto, but you don't have to, and I'll talk about that later. But anyway, is this, you can eat, you don't have to be keto to have miso soup with all this stuff. You don't have to be keto to have the sushi. And there's, if you're burning fat, you'll have more fat. If you're burning carbs, you'll have more carbs. And so, but aside from that, well, we'll talk about that later. But what I was going to mention was the coffee. So I decided, well, I'm going to try to drink a little bit of coffee before I work out, because it's a well-known thing to drink. If you drink coffee, you get more out of your workout. And whatever. And I found that it's true. I do get more out of the workout, even though I didn't want to believe that, because I didn't want to drink coffee. I don't actually believe it's healthy. Well, I like it, but I don't believe it's healthy. So then I switched to putting some matcha powder, green tea powder, into smoothie in the morning, and same as coffee basically. It just I get the good workout thing. But the thing is it used to be that as soon as I'd have even just a little bit of coffee, there we go, triggered a migraine. Sucks. So
I think the dogs would even notice it.
Yeah, it sucked. And I couldn't have the green tea, the matcha powder either. It would just trigger the migraine, and it sucked. So I started off with drinking just a little, like half of a espresso cup, just with the coffee, and like instant coffee, just like a little bit, right? And that triggered a migraine, and I thought, okay, well, this isn't gonna work, because I got a headache from it, and I was really grumpy, and all the usual stuff from the coffee, right? It makes me angry, James says, drinking coffee. But so I took a day off, and then I went and I tried it again, and it was okay. And then I kept just having a little bit before the workout, and it was okay. And then I finally had a full espresso cup, size full of coffee, and it was okay. So I don't know what to make of that, but I think it's that I was having it right before I was working out, and somehow working out made it okay. It didn't trigger the migraine or anything. I just kept working out through it, and then once I got tired, then I stopped, and I was fine. So I don't know. I don't really know what to make of it. So CSI. I was going to talk about
5 minutes?
10. So I'll talk about one thing, one episode.
Episode 8, you were saying?
No, I think it's in season 8.
Oh, season 8, sorry.
It's there's an episode about a family. There's some controversial things in season 8, along with annoying things, like them trying to put other shows in or whatever, try to, I don't know, use
references to other shows.
Yeah, use CSI to try to market other shows or whatever.
So there was those guys that used to blow things up. They were in the background.
Yeah.
Is that what you're talking about? That sort of stuff. I kind of enjoyed
that part was okay, because that was very minor. Like, you saw them in the background, and you're like, I recognize those.
Oh, you recognize them. I just recognized that I recognized them. That I didn't
those special effects guys or whatever. Yeah. Anyway. So, but this one episode, there's a few episodes that are annoying. There's one that, I think I just got done watching that one, where the teenage boys were taking baseball bat and smashing rural mailboxes.
Oh, driving by, maybe?
Yeah, drive by and one would smash the mailbox with a baseball bat.
Yeah.
And it ended up one farmer had gotten annoyed enough that he filled a mailbox with concrete and put it up there, and it broke the guy's arm, and then the driver ended up driving off into a tree, and they both died. And at the end of the show,
don't do that kind of stuff, folks. But go
yeah,
on.
at the end of the show, they're charging the farmer with some sort of manslaughter or something, I think, for doing that. And it's like, huh?
You can't do that.
You can't charge him with manslaughter. They're swinging the baseball bat, vandalizing his private property, or with hopes to do so. And he definitely didn't get them to do that or to drive into the tree. It's ridiculous. So there's a lot of episodes like that that are made to, they're designed to get you a little bit upset and get you thinking, right? And I wonder if this contributed to, if it was like a planned sort of thing to the state of things now, right? Because this was a while ago that they were doing this. And now there's so many people that want their freedoms and stuff like that. Anyway, so what I wanted to talk about, though, this is going to upset a lot of people, and I'm sorry, but I just have to talk about it. I feel compelled to. So there's a little boy who's from Korea, and he's living in the United States, and his mother was a prostitute, I think, and his father was a gangster, and the little boy was a witness to a murder, and he has he's HIV positive, the little boy, so he's just a little guy. And I don't know how it doesn't seem like his mother was born in the country, and he may not have been either, but he does know English. And his grandmother doesn't seem to know any English whatsoever. So the police come in, well, the two CSI guys come in on the grandmother. They're looking for the little boy because he's a witness. And the grandmother pulls a gun on them. And so the one CSI guy is saying, put the gun down or I'll shoot, put the gun down or we'll shoot. And the woman is not putting the gun down. She doesn't seem to understand. And she's going to shoot at them. And the other one is like, no, we won't shoot. We're not going to shoot her. We're not going to shoot her. And it's like, no. If she has a gun pointed at an officer.
Or at anyone.
She's done. She's done. That's just the way it has to be.
Or at anyone.
I realize things are a bit different in the United States, but they were obviously police officers. You can't do that.
Yeah, anyone. When my first year at the cop shop, there was a person at the big complex of schools close to downtown here in Lethbridge, near a school closing time, waving a gun around. There were two cops there, a sergeant and a patrol officer. And they're the only ones there. The sergeant went to radio, presumably to get backup. So it's getting near closing time. They know kids are going to be spilling out of the school. So school lets out. The gun toter is distracted, turns towards where the students are coming out. Of course, he's got the gun turned towards him. While he's distracted, the patrol officer tackled him. Every police officer that I talked to about it, and I wasn't grilling them or anything, they talked about it, They said that guy was wrong. As soon as that guy turned with a gun towards the students, they said he should have dropped them, dropped the gun toter. And I'm going, you know, when that's was their attitude, and I think it's right. If someone turns a gun on someone, doesn't matter if it's a police officer or a citizen or whatever, they got to get dropped.
All right, so 3 minutes.
Oh, and another thing, when police tell you to drop a weapon, drop it.
Yeah.
I have no sympathy for you if you don't.
Yeah. So, I realized the woman, she didn't seem to know English or whatever. Well, there has to be somebody with her all the time then to translate for her, to make sure she's just like with mentally ill people. They, somebody needs to be responsible for them. If not, it's not safe for them or others to be, for them to be free and in public. Then they can't be there. So, anyway, and I know people will be bothered by that. Another thing about that episode, it gives the impression that this little boy, he's kind of a medical refugee. Now, they don't say which side of Korea they come from, but it really is assumed north. Right? Because South Korea is doing really well.
Canada, we buy South Korean cars. We don't make our own.
So he's on a trial, a drug trial, and it's not going well for him. But honestly, I don't believe in medical refugees. Our healthcare system isn't great, honestly, and
it's getting worse because
people
coming from
of
elsewhere.
So many people coming from
and
elsewhere.
And they're not bringing the requisite number of doctors to take care of it.
And honestly, our healthcare system was tenuous before a bunch of immigrants came in, and I'm all for immigration, but there needs to be like if you're going to bring in more people to live, there needs to be more doctors brought in too. And here in Alberta, there has been a lot of talk about privatization and, frankly, killing the healthcare system.
Yeah.
So if there are stronger demands on the healthcare system and not enough doctors and stuff like that, it will happen.
People say it ain't working. Let's try something else.
Yeah, and then we all lose out. We don't get health care. So as sucky as our healthcare system is, and it sucks, really.
It's getting worse.
It's getting worse. So I feel bad you gotta feel bad for some little kid who's HIV positive. But you know what? You can't treat everybody who's HIV positive just from everywhere in the world and say, oh, let's bring them all in. Okay, then we won't have health care. And then nobody'll get that treatment or whatever. That's great.
We can't
or
handle
only
the
very
world's
wealthy.
overpopulation.